Okay, so you follow the rules, you do everything right, you keep the peace, yet you still feel like you cannot be yourself. You still feel like you are being controlled. That is because religious dogma is still taking effect in your life, okay? This is part 7 of the hidden effects of religious programming. I'm Tamara Tamu. This is the Unleashed Alchemy YouTube channel. And if you are here, it is because you want to experience your sovereignty. You want to experience complete freedom in every single part of your life. And I'm here to help you do that. All right. So let's get into part 7 of this series on the hidden effects of religious programming. So you can escape religion, but still feel controlled. Okay. And there's many ways that this can happen. So sometimes it can happen because you have maybe people in your community, perhaps that are considered leaders in your community. Your community may be your family and friends, and they may be attempting to use religion to manipulate you through guilt, through fear, through Bible threats, okay? Bible threats using scripture to keep you attached to your religion, to attempt to keep you obedient and dependent. Okay. Now, it really takes effect when you find yourself as the only one in your family no longer subscribing to religion, or perhaps among the very few in your entire community to walk away from religion completely, to disassociate completely, not just simply walking away from church or just simply saying, well, I don't go to church anymore, but I still, read the Bible, whatever. I still watch, preacher videos online, whatever. Here's the thing. People will be disrupted and bothered by your decision to expand and elevate and evolve beyond religious programming and dogma. Okay? It is disruptive to tradition. Again, especially if you come from one of those families where everybody in the church, or excuse me, everybody in the family went to the same church and followed the same religion. So, what you may experience if you haven't already, okay, people questioning what you believe in now, people having or showing concern for your salvation, attempting to redeem you using scriptures to get you back on track to your faith. That is attempt at control. It is using scripture to threaten you to stay on track with the traditional religion that you were brought in or found at some point in your life. Now, here's the thing. When religious dogma was still operating in my life, when people did that to me in my family, I used to get rattled. I would start to second guess my path. Why? Because religious dogma was still operating in my life. That control, I left religion, but I was not completely free. Okay? So this is why leaving religion doesn't always mean freedom. Okay? Now, with the occasional scripture threat that shows up in a text message, or a comment, passive aggressive comment about, religion, it's spirituality, it no longer has any bearing because that dogma isn't operating, because I'm a sovereign being. Okay? I remain unbothered because I know that my soul is not the reins of my soul, the elevation of my soul, the purity of my soul is not dependent upon the rules of someone's religion. Okay? And that is the case for you. So when it comes to you feeling controlled and you still feel like you're trapped and you can't be yourself, dogma is still operating because you know that your true self is disruptive to what to what is deemed acceptable in your community. You know that being yourself is taking you outside of not just your comfort zone, but the people in your community's comfort zone. You know that being yourself and stepping into who you are, embracing who you are, is going to take you beyond what people are used to. And we always forget that. We think that our evolution, because it's freeing for us, that it's just going to be this freeing thing for other people. And yes, eventually it can be if they choose to evolve with you. But in the first phases, people are going to feel their own identity being disrupted. They're going to be challenged in their own transformation. Everybody's not going to evolve like you. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. People can keep their religion just like you can keep your spirituality. People can keep their Bible just like you can keep your candles. People can keep their God just like you can keep your Orisha. You see? So when we talk about religious dogma playing out in our lives, and we talk about the religious dogma that we see playing out in the lives of the people who are not choosing to evolve, we're not looking at them with judgment. Yet at the same time, we also know that we have a right as sovereign beings to be fully who we are. And let the people be bothered. But that doesn't have to affect how you show up, how you express, how you allow your soul to be expressed. Okay? You can escape religion and be completely free. But it takes doing that identity work. It takes going down to the cell level and the nervous system level to clear out that dogma. I'm here to help you do that. There are ways that you can work with me. You can go to unleashedalchemy.com. You can schedule a call to work with me one-on-one. There's also a session that I'm holding, actually 8 sessions that I'm holding that will begin June 7th. And I'm calling it Deconstructing Religion and Rediscovering Sovereignty. This is a freedom upgrade event because, again, escaping religion does not mean that you have escaped control. All right? So we work through that. We go deep. The 8 sessions, the 8 sessions will be heavy. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because 9 times out of 10, you being in that program, 9 times out of 10, you have not done that deep work on your identity. Okay. And really examining how the dogma has played out in your life and recovering fully from that so that you can live completely free. Get into the program. The link to sign up and register will be in the description box of this video. We have one more session as of right now. All right. This is part 7. We've got one more as of right now in this series. Let me know what your takeaways have been from this series, and let me know how you have integrated the wisdom that you have received from the series. All right. Until next time, be sovereign.